Welcome back. Let's start our first example on classes in Python. But let's first recall that a class in Python serves as a template for creating objects. It encapsulates or embeds in it all attributes and methods of this object. Now let's start our first example. We will create a class of mammals. And the name of the class should start always with a capital letter and be preceded with a semicolon. Our class here is created, and let's define a method, what mammals can do. So let's define the method of give birth. And let's have this self refer to the object that will be created for this class. It will be clearly explained in the following videos. When we run the method give birth, what do we expect? We expect it to print a statement, say this animal gives birth. Let's have our shift tab and another shift tab to create our first object, our first class object. Let's say it is a dog. We have the sentence class object dog equals the name of the class. And we have those brackets here. Now the object is created. The object has the name of a dog. It is a class object, and therefore we can call it an instance. Now this object or instance has the ability to call any method inside its class. So we have one method to be called here. We use the syntax object or instance dot method. Let's run now our program. Yes, as we expected, this animal gives birth. What happens really? Self here refers to the created instance dog. Dog is created by the syntax object equals the name of the class mammals. The dog has the ability now to call any method inside its class by using the syntax object dot the method. Once the method is called, it prints this animal gives birth. So let's have another function here or another method that mammals can perform. Say they all can move. And we have this self here. And whenever this method or function move is called, we expect it to perform print I can move. If we run our program now, nothing new happens because only one method is called, which is give birth. Now we can call the other method dog.move. And let's run our program again. Yes, dog here is created. Dog calls the method give birth and writes this animal can give birth. Then dog here calls the other method move and writes here I can move. Okay, let's transform all this object into comments and have another class here. Let's have a class of non-mammals, and we recall that none must start with a capital letter. Let's have our first function, lay eggs. And this self, which will refer to the object created. What does this function do? It prints I can lay eggs. Let's run No syntax error here. We need now Shift Tab and Shift Tab just to create our first object. Hen equals the class non-mammals. What we really did here is that we created a class object called hen. This class object belongs to the class non-mammals. Hen now has the ability to call any method inside the class. The only method we have is lay eggs. So let's call it here and have our run. I can lay eggs as we expected. To have our conclusion, in Python, a class serves as a template for creating object. It encapsulates all attributes and methods in this object. In the next video, we will enhance our example to include the name of the animal as an attribute. But for now, we are only involved with the meaning of a class.